I want to start off and say this. If you've been wondering if you should watch Hitsugi no Chaika, I'm going to say yes. Now, I'm not going to say this series is groundbreaking, the best thing out of this entire anime season. I'm not going to say it deserves awards for being original. What I will say is this entire season 1 was paced properly. Out of all the anime I have seen so far, this far from this season and the way they've ended, this has the best pacing. It feels slow. A lot of it feels very slow, like nothing is going on. But the pacing of Season 1 was just the build-up. The foundation for Season 2 to air in October this year. Now, if you did not know, there is a Season 2 already confirmed for fall season of anime of this year. And so, if you're wondering if this series is worth watching, I'm going to say at this moment, from my standpoint of seeing all these episodes, I want to say yes. It has been boring in few couple of episodes. It hasn't been the best there ever was. But I'm not saying this series is bad. As I just stated, the pacing was meant for the build-up of the characters and getting you to understand the characters' personalities and stuff like that. Now, let's talk about this episode. The conclusion of this episode. I want to talk about that final scene, that final section of this episode first. We get to see a glimpse of Emperor Gaz's face. His eyes are glowing blue, and it says the premiere of Season 2 will air in October, but we get to see a glimpse of Gaz's face, which I did not expect to see. I mean, we really haven't seen his face at all, so that was a major, major reveal to Gaz. And I don't know exactly what that means, but I mean, the way you get to see his eyes glowing, the way he's just standing on top and he looks like he's alive again, as I guessed in my theories earlier on in the series, most likely Gaz will come back to life. There's one big thing that really happened this episode that sets up the next season of Chaika. Now, as we see in this episode, Blue Chaika dies. She goes underwater, the entire floating fortresses sink, and she dies with Ricardo in her arms. Now, we get to see one of the subordinates of Gillette transform into Blue Chaika. Now, that right there is unbelievable. It really is. So, it shows you that my theory is kind of off about the homunculus. I thought most likely it was artificial bodies made in each individual person that Gaz made. But from what we could see from this episode, I was wrong. My theory was off. And it looks like this Chaika, Blue Chaika, Red Chaika, White Chaika, can go to different people. It can automatically go to other people if that Chaika dies. So, the Chaika line never disappears. For instance, if White Chaika was to die, let's say the first episode of Season 2, she would pop up somewhere else in someone else's body. Now, here's the thing. Did the subordinate of Gillette disappear? Did her personality disappear? Did Blue Chaika take over her personality? Or is the personality of the original subordinate still there, and she's now Blue Chaika? I mean, what exactly does that mean? There's a big question looming in the air with the ending of this episode that leaves me wondering what will happen next. A big, big cliffhanger. Probably one of the biggest cliffhangers besides Selector Infected with Cross from this anime season. And I like that. I love anime that leave me with this type of cliffhanger that make me want more. I hate cliffhangers, yes. All of you by now probably know how much I hate cliffhangers. But this cliffhanger, the way they set it up, it just sets up for some good expectations for the next season. And I am really excited for Chaika. I mean, when I started this series and I got in the middle of it, I didn't think I would really stick through this series to the very end. I was kind of bored with it. But when I got to these last, 3 to 4 episodes, I really just started getting hooked. It started getting amazing, and it made me more and more enthused of finding out what will happen in each next episode. And so, with this final episode of Hitsugi no Chaika Season 1, I've enjoyed it. I have. I've really enjoyed this series, and I enjoyed the music. I love the pacing after I look at it and really assess everything that's happened. I love the character development. I love the characters. Frederica, that's a big thing this episode I want to talk about. Frederica, as I talked about in the past couple episodes, I said, oh my god, she got stabbed in the head. How's she freaking alive? She cannot be alive. Well, in this, we find out that she molted. She had an extra, layer of skin on her, and she molted inside of her body. Now, I'm just gonna say this is my personal opinion, but I want to say that's an asspull. I'm just gonna be honest here. Okay, yeah, she's a dragoon, she's immortal, of course she could probably do stuff like that, and she could probably transfer her organs to different places. Someone brought up in the comments, most likely she can transport her brain into different parts of her body, which I can understand that factor, she can transform into different beings, but I still think it's an asspull from my own standpoint. I'm not saying it degrades the quality of this anime, I'm not. I'm just stating what I feel about that scene. But I'm glad Frederica's still alive. I love her character. She's cute. And it made it even cuter when you see her transform into a little chibi version of herself. And then she gets that freaking revenge of killing all those creatures. Pizza is probably really pissed about this episode. I'm willing to bet. We saw a lot of brutality towards animals. We really did. So, I enjoy this episode, and one thing that really wraps this episode off was that kissing scene. That kissing scene between Toru and Chaika. was well needed. I did not expect to see romance like that in this anime. I mean, we got more romance technically with a kiss than we did with One Week Friends, if you think about it, everybody. I mean, if you watched One Week Friends, it was a good anime, but I mean, we got more romance in this than that. Just, anime sometimes, you confuse me, you really do. Now, I like it. I like this episode. I have no complaints. Well, I had a complaint with Frederica, yes, but I mean, I don't have much complaints. I don't have much to complain about. There's a lot of deaths in the series. There's a lot of violence, a lot of blood. It's not the best thing ever, but it's definitely something you should look forward to if you need a series to watch, because it is not garbage. It's not garbage level, and it's not average. I'd say it's above average level of an anime. And that's what I'm going to say right now. Most likely next season will be even better if it continues to have pacing like this. We don't even know if next season will be the final season of Hitsugi no Chaika. I mean, it could be another cliffhanger ending like this. I mean, I'll be fine with that. I mean, if they build up like this and they make multiple seasons, I'll be fine with it. I'm fine with any anime that decides to take its time and keep the vision of its writer intact. That's what I'm fine with anime. This is the type of anime I like. Something that really takes itself seriously, doesn't skip over any little detail. Of course, most likely this anime has skipped over some things. I'm not going to say that. I haven't read the manga or light novel, whatever this is based off of. But I feel, from my personal standpoint as an anime-only watcher, this anime has exceeded my expectations from the get-go. I mean, I didn't think it'd be this good. So, everybody, I love you all so much. Hopefully you enjoyed my recommendation of this anime, and hopefully you enjoyed this anime. Tell me your thoughts on this final episode. Do you feel like you would recommend this anime series to other people? And do you feel like this series would have ever been this good? And are you hyped for Season 2 of Hitsugi no Chaika? Well, everybody, I love all of you so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.